Hey you guys, for my next video I decided to do a cooking video. It's not technically Japanese, but I guess kind of sort of. So the first thing you're going to need is some short grain rice and some ramen noodles. So I got my rice sitting in my pot here, and you want about probably 1.5 cups, I would say. And when you pour the water in, you want to make sure it's just above the rice a little bit. And you want to turn that at medium-high heat. Now the kind of rice I have doesn't need to be washed, but the kind you get might. And you'll be able to tell when you put the water in with the rice and it gets like a milky white. That's when you know you're going to need to wash it. This is the kind I have if you want to get it, if you're lazy like me and you don't want to wash the rice. It's called tamanishiki. Tamanishiki. And I think it's from a company here in California actually. So we're gonna let that go until it starts boiling. And you don't need to use as big of a pot as I did, but it was the only clean one I had. So we're gonna let that go. Then we'll move on with the next step. Alright guys, the rice just got finished boiling and I turned it down to low heat. And we're going to keep it that way for 20 minutes. Give it a chance for the rest of the water to absorb and for the rice to cook some more. I just wanted to kind of explain the ramen noodles a little bit more. You may think, well, that's really stupid. Why would you put ramen noodles with rice? And I promise it's really good. You don't have to use the chicken flavor like I'm using. You can use any flavor you want. You can use like the shrimp or oriental or beef or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But it's going to be really good, I promise. It's delicious. Not really Japanese, but well, I guess the rice kind of qualifies as half Japanese. I don't know. And also, the ramen noodles in Japan are nothing like the ramen noodles, like these right here. No. The ramen noodles in Japan are like really kind of long noodles. They have like a bunch of different toppings on top. And I guess you can kind of use the ones like what's on here. Maybe like some of these or something. And also, the broth flavor is not like shrimp or chicken or anything like that. It's like soybean or salt flavor. I think those look really too. I think there's one more, but I don't remember what it's called. If you ever watched Naruto, I don't know if you ever have, but if you have, you might notice like in the original before the Shippuden came out, he was always at the ramen shop and he's always eating his ramen noodles. He's always like slurping them and everything. That's kind of really common in Japan to kind of sit there with a big bowl, and it's kind of rude here in America to slurp like that, but in Japan that tells the cook, hey, it's really good. So if you ever go to Japan, try ramen noodles. I know I'm going to do that when I go. So we're going to let our rice cook for 20 minutes and then we'll continue on cooking the ramen noodles. Okay guys, so the rice is going to be about done, about 10 minutes or so. So the next thing we're going to need to do is cook the ramen noodles. I have it all set up right here. You can use a pot if you want, but I like using a bowl because it takes up less space in my dishwasher. So we're going to put that in the microwave and we're going to cook it for 5 minutes. Now the directions on the package say like 3 for the microwave, but I think the noodles get done better if you leave it in for 5 minutes. So 5 minutes. And then once that's done, we'll continue on with the next step. Okay guys, so the rice is done. I turned that off and I have some scooped into a bowl. And the ramen noodles are done. I drained the water from that and I kind of mashed the in pieces. And here's the finished product. It's some in the bowl, I got some noodles, and I poured some of the chicken flavor topping on there. Now I wouldn't recommend using the whole package if you want to eat, like have a second helping afterwards, but I guess you can if you want. If you want more after that, I guess you can have it plain, or you can open another package using topping from that. Let's see, I have a little tiny bit on there. Doesn't that look delicious? I think it does. And I'm using a fork not chopsticks, which would probably make it more Japanese, but me and chopsticks do not mix too well. I have to work on that before I go to Japan. So I hope you guys enjoyed if you try it. And until the next video, matane!